Hi, I am Dr. K. Sai Prasad Reddy. Welcome to the subject Software Engineering. And today's session we are going to discuss about introduction to HDLC models, that are different categories of HDLC models and the waterfall model. Right. Now, see, in the earlier session actually we have discussed about the definition of software development lifecycle, and here all these software development lifecycle models can be divided into two categories. One is sequential models, second one is incremental model. This incremental model is also called as iterative model. Now, in sequential model, examples for sequential models are waterfall model and V model. In this session, we are going to discuss about waterfall model. See. First, the waterfall model is very ancient model. That is, it is very old model. So why this is called as a waterfall model? Because this model represents the flow of the water naturally from top level to bottom level. That is, from higher level to lower level. So that is why this model is called waterfall model. I repeat, why this model is called as waterfall model means it resembles the water flow from higher level to lower level naturally. So that's why this model is called waterfall model. Here in this waterfall model, we are having the stages like requirements gathering, design, development, testing, deployment, maintenance. So these are all the different stages in the waterfall model. Now here each and every stage or phase or milestone of the waterfall model is easily understandable. The requirements gathering is the first stage and the maintenance is the last stage. Here each and every stage or phase of waterfall model is easily understandable. Now, see, we will discuss each and every point in the waterfall model. Now, this in the waterfall model, there is no going back concept. That means for example, say here, once the requirements gathering phase is completed, then only we will go for design phase. Once the design phase is completed, then only we will go for development phase, that is coding phase. Once coding is completed, then we will go for testing phase. Once testing is completed, then deployment and then maintenance. Now here, we cannot go back from testing to development or from development to design or design to requirements. So, if and only if one stage is completed completely, then only we will go for the next stage. There is no going back concept in waterfall model. Just like water flow. Naturally, water cannot flow from lower level to higher level. In the same way, in waterfall model, we cannot go back from one stage to the previous stage. Right? Now see here. In the waterfall model, it is easy to understand and easy to use. Even freshers also can understand very easily and they can implement very easily. And the milestones are well understood. What do you mean with the milestone? Milestones are nothing but stages or phases. So each and every stage is well understood. There is no confusion. There is no ambiguity in stages now of waterfall model. Here, every stage is independent. There is no dependency. Because once one stage is completed, then only we will go for the next stage. Every stage has defined tasks. Each and every stage is having its own task. And every stage has deliverables. What do you mean with deliverable? Deliverables are nothing but the outputs. Deliverables are nothing but the outputs. That outputs may be, that deliverables may be either documents or coding. I repeat, if you take any software development lifecycle model, each and every stage will have some deliverables. Here, deliverables are nothing but either the documents or code. For example, if you take this first stage, requirements, this is the stage. What are the deliverables of the requirement phase or requirement stage? Is the BRS document, business requirements specification document. So this BRS document is the output or deliverable of requirements phase. This is the document, right? For example, here the design phase, what are the deliverables? High level designs and the low level designs. So these are the deliverables. In the development or coding phase, code is the deliverable. Testing means testing artifacts are the deliverables. Like this, each and every stage will have the deliverables. Right? The next is, so if you wanted to use this waterfall model, all requirements must be known upfront. What it means? Before opting this waterfall model, all the project requirements must be known in advance. That is the meaning. That means all the requirements should be ready in advance. Then only we can go for a waterfall model. And this waterfall model provides structure to the inexperienced staff also. Inexperienced staff means even freshers also. So that means, so this structure of this waterfall model can be easily understandable and it can be easily followed even by the freshers also. And as we discussed earlier, no coming back concept, because once the one stage is completed, then we have to go forward. There is no coming back concept in waterfall model. Next is advantages of waterfall model. Here, this inexpensive model, waterfall model is very inexpensive, that is very cheap. It takes less time when compared to the incremental model, because incremental model means it has to go through number of iterations. Here there will be no the concept of iterations, that's why it will take the less time. And there is no complexity, and the maintenance is easy and suitable for short-term projects. And disadvantages of waterfall model. See, this adoption of requirements at the middle of the development is difficult. What do you mean by this adoption of requirements? Means there is no chance of change in the requirements. We cannot change the requirements in waterfall model. That is adoption of requirements. That means we cannot modify the requirements in the BRS document, or we cannot add the new requirements to the BRS document. Because once that requirement stage is completed, here, then we will go for the design phase. Before going to the design phase, the BRS document has to be freezed. What it means? See, irrespective of the model and irrespective of the stages, all the documents must be freezed. What do you mean by the freezing of the document? That means, for example, say, if the BRS document is freezed, means no further modifications are allowed for the BRS document. That is the freezing concept. I repeat, irrespective of the model and irrespective of the stage, either it may be requirements or design or development or testing, so the documents of each and every stage or the phase should be freezed. What do you mean with the freezing of the document? That means the finalization of the document. If you take the BRS document is freezed, mean further modifications for the BRS document are not allowed. That means we cannot change the requirements in the BRS document, or we cannot do the modifications in the BRS document, or we cannot add the requirements to the BRS document. That is the freezing concept, right? So here, yeah. So it's not suitable for the complex project because this waterfall model is suitable for the low budget projects and also suitable for small projects, not for the complex projects. And here the major disadvantage of waterfall model is single stage of testing. This is very important in the perspective of interview. So single stage of testing, what it means? So here see, here we are having the testing stage here. That means we are having only one stage of testing. If you take any other model, like say V model, in V model we are having 4 levels or 4 stages of testing, like unit testing, integration testing, system testing, user acceptance testing, like this. But whereas here in the waterfall model, we are having only one stage of testing. If there is one stage of testing, we cannot expect more quality in the software. So that is one of the major disadvantages of waterfall model. And defect multiplication will be high because the testing will be conducted at the end of the project. So here what do you mean by the defect multiplication? Say, for example, if the defect is present in the BRS document unknowingly, so if that BRS document is freezed, then the same BRS document will carry forward to the next stage, designs, and the next stage is coding, and the next stage is testing. So even though the defect is there, which is not find out, so that defect will create multiple number of defects for the next coming stages. That is called defect multiplication. Here the defect multiplication will be high in the waterfall model because the testing will be conducted before the deployment, that is at the end of the project. Whereas if you take this V model, the testing process will start from the beginning of the life cycle. That we will discuss in the next session, right? And deliverables created for each phase are considered frozen because all the deliverables, that means all the document, either it may be a document or it may be a code, it should be freezed. And little opportunity for customers to preview the system. If the customer, if the client wants to preview his project, he has to wait until completion or until the last stage of this waterfall model, because he don't have the much opportunity to see, to preview his project. Right? Yeah. And when to use this waterfall model? So, if and only if the requirements are very well known, or if and only if the requirements are known upfront, that means in advance. For those projects only we can use this waterfall model. And product definition is stable. That means there should not be any rapid changes for the project. Then only we can use this waterfall model. And suitable for low budget projects and suitable for short term projects. For this only we can use this waterfall model. So waterfall model is very ancient model, very old model. It's very old model. It is the example, waterfall model is the example for sequential model of software development life cycle. Please subscribe my channel, share the channel with your friends, and like my videos or sessions. Thank you.